Wait, where are you? Oh, there you are. Good morning. You know, StreamYard had one really good thing about it. It was so easy to use. This one, not quite sure. The whole back and forth and back thing. I'm not, it'll take a while. It'll take a while. I'm just, you know, good morning. Oh my goodness. Good morning. Oh, what is this? I don't know what's going on. There's a big block of space here. Wonder if it'll let me just move it off. Let's see that. There we go. All right. I think I'm here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's start again. Good morning. We have Letty. Letty's saying good morning. Machine's on the line. Guess who I saw in Long Beach? Yep. You. Oh, it was amazing. It was awesome. Scott's here. Good morning. God, this pop up is kind of slow. Diane, good morning. Oh, yep, I know. I don't understand that whole block thing. I don't know. Good morning, Doug. Doug saw Doug in Long Beach too. Good morning. Good morning. Letty says, I bet you had a great time in Long Beach, just the same you came home with a bug. I know. It is the price we pay to go have our fun day. Oh, good morning, Barb. Good morning. Excuse me. That might happen a bit today. All right. Okay. Um, Hold on just a moment. I want to bounce over and check something. Do. No, that's not what I want to do. All right. Okay. So, speaking of Long Beach, speaking of Long Beach, I even made some notes. Notes. Um, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about Long Beach. Now, don't forget ask questions if there's something that you think of. Just ask questions. Scott was sitting to the left of us in the rows on the other side of us. And um yeah, we had a lot of faces there. Yeah. Um Long Beach. Okay, so why did I go to Long Beach this year? Especially considering after last year I said I wasn't going to go again. Well, there were two reasons I went to Long Beach this year. One, I was invited to a Willcom brainstorming session, and I wanted to do that because it gave me the opportunity not only to make suggestions regarding the software, but to meet and greet with um, Brendan, who does the he's the software developer. And you're right, Doug. It was great to meet a lot of people in person. And the other thing was the embroidery toolkit class, the workshop on Wednesday, had not only Eric Campbell, Joe Kramer, um, Justin Armenta, but it also had, as a guest speaker, Bonnie Nielsen. For those of you that may not know, Bonnie Nielsen is the author of Punch. And let me see if I can Punch embroidery. Nope, I'm Googling here. Because I want to try. There it is. Do, do, do. You guys might recognize the book cover. Copy image. Actually, let's go back over here for just a moment. Yeah, the book is really hard to find here in the States, isn't it? Do, do, do. Let's bring this down here. And we bring this up here. The entire screen. And share. Add to scene. There it is, big block again. But this is the book Punch. It is an expensive book, but it's very, very well. Um, where am I? Crying out loud, people! Remove from scene. Yes, remove that layer. It's very well written. Um, Very good quality book. I Those of you who took Bonnie's class, and we're going to talk more about the details of what each presenter had in weeks to come. Um, so don't think I'm going to leave you hanging on what was in the class. I got class notes, but that was the other reason I went to uh, Long Beach this year, was because I wanted to participate in the workshop, the toolkit workshop. Um, she autographed my book. I thought that was really cool. Um, and to be part of the Willcom brainstorming. I did take, before we go into a little bit here, I did take some time on Friday, and I walked the floor. I did walk, I went by the ZSK booth. They were featuring, obviously, ZSK embroidery machine. Excuse me. They were featuring an add-on to the machine. Now, a lot of different embroidery machines will have sequins add-on that you can use, but ZSK also has a faux chenille add-on. Um, it makes a chenille stitch uh, on your fabric. Chenille's getting to be a really popular thing. You don't have to buy a whole brand new machine. Of course, they have whole brand new machines. I also went to the Stitch It International booth. Stitch It is SWF. Um, as you know, I've been running SWF machines for a few years now. I got to visit with one of my favorite people there, Hagen Francis. Uh, he's the tech who delivered my very first SWF machine back, years ago, and has since migrated into the sales team. Um, they have the KX. The KX is their machine that has the auto tensioning. It also has the, who wrote the book Punch. Her name is Bonnie Nielsen. I will I'll put a note in the show notes on YouTube. Or Letty, you can just, pop me off a message and I'll send you whatever I've got for it. Um so anyways, going back to the SWF booth, the Stitch It booth, their their KX machine is their high-end auto everything machine. They now have a two-head machine, a two-head KX machine, where the two heads operate. They can operate together in sync as a regular two-headed embroidery machine, or they can operate independent. This one could be running hats. This one could be running flats. Um, I thought that was pretty innovative. And of course, I also went to the Tex-Mex booth, the Happy Japan people. I got to meet all the team there, plus their Japanese representative that was there. He asked me about some things that I liked about the machine, some things that I thought might be changed. And of course, I love the technology that goes into this machine, right down to one of the smallest innovations. Their presser foot, your typical presser foot comes down and then it's got a ring that the needle goes through. Okay, so when you're threading, you got to go through the needle, then you got to come back and go through the foot. Again, down to the tiniest thing. Their presser foot actually has a slot that goes up the back of the foot, which allows the thread to pass right through. So as you're threading the needle, the thread goes right past and passed into the foot. Love it. Love it. Love my machine. And of course, I stopped by the candle thread people. Christine Shreves is now a consultant and representative with Candle Thread. Always good to see Christine. We actually spent some time together. We spent a couple of lunches, a dinner. It was nice. Just nice conversation. Scott, I never really noticed it on the Baradin and the ZSK, but yeah, again, it's just a nice tweak to a standard piece of equipment on the machine that facilitates an easier path for the thread. It's nice. They call this the 100-day cough. I really don't want to wait 100 days to get rid of it. I'm working on it though. So again, I stopped at the candle thread people. The thread colors are beautiful. And they have so many of them. If you guys get a chance, uh, take a look at their thread. I know that I mentioned it last year when I came back. I had gotten samples. The tensile strength on that thread is amazing. Now, the one thing that you need to think, they're new to the U.S. market. They've only been here a few years now, um, but they've been in the industry for 40 years. They have been, the industry wide for 40 years, and that wall, Letty, that wall was amazing. Um, it was beautiful, and the colors are so vibrant. So, anyways, I went for the education. I went for the education. I'm so sorry, my throat is so itchy. On Wednesday, Wednesday's class, Wednesday's was a workshop. Wednesday was the technique toolkit with Eric, Justin, Joe, and Bonnie Nielsen. Um, they did an amazing job last year. It was so worth going just for that toolkit last year. You'd think, how are they going to make this one better? And they did. It was a great, like I said, future coffee and conversations. I'm going to feature information that they provided. I'm not going to teach their class, but we'll hit some of the highlights, and we'll talk about some of the specialties and the techniques that they used. Um, I also, the majority of the classes I went to are all embroidery. Okay, I confess, all the classes I went to were all embroidery. What can I say? I wouldn't call it I'm caught up in this whole thing, embroidery. On Thursday, Eric had a class called Diagnosing and Preventing Digitizing Disasters. That man's got a lot of experience. He both in the commercial embroidery as well as in creating the software. He works with Brian at Embrilliance. Um, he can help you figure out, and and I'm going to digress here. He came home with the same bug the rest of us did, so he's been sick these last couple of weeks himself. um, but if you get a chance, you should watch his YouTube channel, his videos to take up. That man has so much education to pass, to share. If you're new to embroidery, whether you're digitizing or whether you're selling, whatever you do with embroidery, you should you should watch the take up on the YouTube channel. Um, it'll help you identify issues that you might be seeing in your stitch outs. It'll help you identify issues that you might be seeing um, in the retail world. I don't know about you, but when I go shopping and I see something embroidered, I look at it, and I look at it with an Eric Campbell kind of eye. Okay, also in that toolkit class was Joe Kramer. Joe Kramer spent many, 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 many years designing and digitizing for Abercrombie and Finch. Um, Very popular retail line of full front mixed media embroidery. And his secret to his embroidery is sewing thread. Yep, you heard me. Sewing thread. He went into the makeup of embroidery thread versus sewing thread and proved to that sewing thread is very strong. Um, it also leaves the garment very soft. He uses uh, wash away, tear away, wash away, which is a heavier stabilizer, but it washes all the excess away, but it maintains the stabilizer under the stitch. Again, we're going to talk more about that in. Um, Thank you, Scott. Thank you for putting that up there for me. I appreciate it. He just posted a note for Eric Campbell's The Take Up. Um, but again, this is, we'll talk more about sewing thread in a future coffee and conversation. Later in that same afternoon, Justin had Justin and Jeff Fuller, our part of our nerd team, had a class on embroidering hats. That was an extended class, and that was really the information that they passed on was amazing. Um, the last class that I took was on Saturday, and that was Justin's class, Understanding the Challenges of Large and Intricate, Complicated Designs. Wow. Wow. One of the things that I liked about this class is that it confirmed that my building of an embroidery design, especially large designs, um, that the way I build the design is right on track with what others do and how they structure their design to prevent registration errors. He explains why you build the file the way you do. And again, future coffee and conversation. I'm going to touch on, I got a lot of subject matter here now. Did we have anything on? Looking at my notes over here. Um, yep, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to forget something that I promised. But yeah, we're going to progress through all of this. So here's the question. Yeah, there's always a budget involvement. Um, and maybe one of the things that I was with Long Beach was the thing is so huge. It is massively huge, and I get a little anxiety in big crowds. So I had to make a point to just focus on where I was at the time I was. Um, so maybe those big massive trade shows aren't for you, but I want to encourage all of you to find a trade show, go to a trade show, um, and see what there is to see. Even if you have no intention of getting additional equipment or you have no interest in buying anything, walk the trade show floor. Just see. There is so much that you can pick up and take back with you to your own shop that does not require even spending a dime. Okay, yeah, you got to transport yourself to the trade show. Maybe buy yourself lunch. Um, but you don't have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to bring that technique into your shop. It can be done. It's been done for, years. Why does it have to change now? And Letty, we understand completely. You just opened your new shop, which we're all excited about for you. So yes, we are definitely going to hold you to the 2026. Even if it's just come meet me over at Dax. About the same distance for both of us. Oh gosh, I feel so much better. Just this cough and this stuff. Okay. Um. So yeah, that was my trade show experience. Um. So hold on just a second. Mm. The next show I'm going to is Dax. And Letty says that she was going to go to Dax in Kansas City, which is just in a couple of weeks. Um, but she's going to she still has a day job, and her day job has her traveling to Dallas on occasion. Should have scheduled the connecting flight in Kansas City on the way home. Yeah, so you could have popped in. Um, that would have been nice. I'm sure. I know. I'm pretty sure. No, I can't speak out of turn. I think the nerd team is going to be there. Would have been, could have said hello. We still need to put together our Letty open house. Think about it. Let us know. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Gotta do this to you. I'm sorry. Okay, okay. So, what else? Oh, Dax? Definitely. Yes, Letty. Open house. I will be there. Um, Dax. And then, of course, Applique Getaway is in July. I don't think I'm going to teach this year. I think um, I want to just be one of the masses. Thank you, Scott. Yes, the vibe is outstanding. There are so many entrepreneurs. It's very inspirational. Like I said, you don't even have to go with the intention of doing anything more than just walking the showroom floor, and you can walk out of there with so many ideas, so many things to bring back into your own shop. I need to take the expectorant and get it all out. Yeah, I know it's icky. So take the time, find a show, Applicate Getaway. Um, I expect to go down early and meet up with a couple of people. Go to the Applique Getaway, which is going to be an amazing time. Um, and then maybe spend a little time with some people and then fly back. Um, that takes care of the first half of my year. I wasn't quite sure what I'm going to do the second half, but we'll find something. We'll find something. Okay, people, I think that's about done. What do you think? Any thoughts? Any questions? Um, like I said, I will post in my YouTube notes. I will post the title and author of the book. Um, what else? I'll post a few things. Just pop on over anytime, take a look. I really enjoyed being here today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I think it's time to say goodbye. Of course, and we're going to start that off next week, Diane. We're going to start off next week with the top of the list and work our way through. All right. Where am I going? All right, here we go. That's not what I want. Oh my goodness. Look who popped in. Brendan himself. Just a quick, it's 3:30 in the morning. Go back to bed, man. We'll see you later. Thank you again for a wonderful Long Beach experience. And Mashid, it was awesome to meet you too. It was awesome. Okay. Wait, wait, go to bed. Go to bed. Oh, I don't know if I can make it next year. God, that place is expensive. Think about going to Fort Worth. I can afford that one. Okay, let's try this again. Dynamic end. Bye. Fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machine.